Well, welcome back again. This is another segment of the Freedom Conference. I'm here with Colin Bell of Thriving Financial. He's a financial advisor. He's been very helpful to many people at Mount Zion Church when it came to their finances, and he always gives us a yearly economic update. Thanks again for being with us, even virtually, Colin. How are you?
That's good, Pastor. I'm doing well, and I think we're all used to this virtual environment at this point.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But we can still do some great things with our finances. We can still kind of figure out what are the best moves we can make with our lives. So, Colin, just wanted to kind of start out by asking, how do you feel the state of the economy is?
Well, as we all know, with the coronavirus last year, 2020 was a very, very interesting year. And when the year started, who would have thought that, right around the middle of March, that the coronavirus would have hit? And we actually hit a low point in our stock market near the end of March and April. Stock market was down over 30% at one point, and we haven't seen that, and we weren't projecting anything like that. Now, since then, the stock market has come back and then some. So kind of the bottom line is, if you're looking to invest in stocks, you don't want to panic and sell out at a low point. That's when you actually lose money. If you just kind of stay with it, most of the time things come back. And so when we talk about investing, the stock market is definitely for long term. You don't want to get in to try to make the quick buck, because on the short term, we don't know what's going to happen. So, coming out of 2020, there's a couple of positive things going on right now. Number one, we're getting vaccines out there. I saw in Ohio last week, we had the most vaccines given out of any week yet so far. And so as more people get vaccinated, the economy is going to start opening back up again. People are going to get back to work. That's going to drive the economy. And quite honestly, people have been very nervous with the coronavirus. And so most people have more money in their checking and savings accounts than normal, because they're just waiting for something else to happen. And they wanted that money safe and secure. As the coronavirus gets under control, as more people get vaccinated, our thought is some of these people with all this savings is going to start investing back in the market, which is also going to drive up our economy. So we're very positive for 2021.
Wow, that's good. If there's any tips that you can give some of our viewers when it comes to making their decisions, what would it be?
Well, I think I mentioned the one, if you're
Mm.
investing in stocks or the stock market, uh, 2020 was a perfect example where we can see a lot of volatility short term. Now, having said that, over any 10-year period, the stock market has always gone up, even during the Great Depression. So if you're looking to invest in stocks or the stock market, it has to be that money that's more for long term. If you're going to need money in the next 3 months, 6 months, year, even 2 years, you want to keep that money very, very safe. Checking account, savings account, CDs, things that are really safe that you can get to and that won't have that kind of volatility.
Gotcha. And if there's any parting words that you want to give, let's go ahead and do it.
Well, I think the one thing, Pastor, is I mentioned where we're very positive on the economy this year, but also one thing to kind of take note of is interest rates. And so last year during the coronavirus pandemic at the peak, interest rates were at their lowest points basically over the last 50 years. And so as a consumer, as a person like me and you, that can be good and bad when we have low interest rates. When you have low interest rates, it's a good time to refinance your house. It's a good time to borrow money if you need to borrow money, because interest rates are very low and you can borrow at a low rate of interest. But if you're a saver, low interest rates aren't good. You're not going to make any money on your checking account or your savings account, or if you look to get into a CD. Now, what's happened over the last 2 or 3 months as our economy is coming back is interest rates are starting to go up. And again, that's a positive and negative. So if you're thinking about refinancing, now might be a good time to do it, because we're forecasting interest rates to continue to go up. But if you're a saver, we might actually start to see some interest on our checking and savings. And so again, if your goals are short term, keeping money in that checking savings is a good place to be. You're going to probably start earning a little bit of money on that, and you definitely want that liquid. So we haven't seen rising interest rates in quite a while. And again, depending on whether you're borrowing or saving, that can be a good thing or a bad thing. But just kind of take note of that, and we might start to see some money being made in our checking and savings again.
Got you. Well, I appreciate all the insight that you're giving, Colin. Thank you so much. If someone needed to reach you, how could they reach you, Colin?
You can go to our website, www.thrivent.com. You can also email me directly if you want. It's colin.bell@thrivent.com, colin.bell@thrivent.com. I'm here to help local and Northeast Ohio here. So if you have any questions or want a follow-up meeting at some point, probably virtually, but that's the environment we're in, we can make that happen.
Sounds good. Well, thanks again, Colin, for being a part of the Freedom Conference.
Okay, Pastor, good to see you.